Yo, it's a weird flex. Welcome to the weird flex. This is what we're gonna do. We're on the deck, yo. And I'm gonna take Katy to pass it, yo. Come on, Katy. Yeah.
All right, hey guys, welcome to the
Weird flex.
But okay podcast. Yeah, so we did it one take, like we always do it because we're so amazingly perfect at intros. Isn't that right, Jordan?
Oh yeah, it's always. We're perfect at these things now.
Such greatness.
Yeah.
Yes, welcome to the Comedy Weaves, Workouts, and Advice podcast where we answer your questions. If you would like to submit a question, please hit us up at weirdflexbutokaypodcast@gmail.com. The music you hear in this episode and everyone so far is from What's My Name on Instagram and Soundcloud. And today we have a very special guest with us.
My husband!
Yes! Say hello, special friendo husbando kun senpai.
I am here.
Watashi ga kita.
Hey, why don't you introduce yourself and tell everyone a little bit about you?
Hello. Hey monsters, EileMonty here in audio form in this podcast. Yay!
Yeah, it's Monty, people. If you know me,
Monty.
you know Monty already. So it's whatever. We've said it many times. Yeah, she decided she would bless us with her appearance today. How lovely.
Yes.
Super
It's funny
blessed.
because like I've known her, or we've talked before online before I met Jordan, but it was so funny when me and Jordan became friends. It was like, oh hey, you know her too. What? Small world.
It was
Like
me that was
everybody-
like, oh my god, two worlds are combining.
Yes.
It's so odd when that happens, like between friend groups, because I've like known Katy for ages, and of course I've known Jordan for ages. So it was like, what is happening?
Yes.
In a good way.
Who'd you know longer?
Yes.
We know longer. I want to know this.
probably.
No longer. Well, the thing with Katy is like I've seen her around for like ages before we even like chatted.
Yeah, I don't think we've been in like the same physical place, but we've DM'd.
Yeah, and like seen her around on
Been on the
Twitter for
Twitter space.
ages, and
Yeah.
within like conversations within the abridgers, like a lot, like Katy would pop up every now
Yeah.
and again, like in a good way.
Oh yay!
Katy.
That damn Katy girl, that damn crab leg woman I have. What? Oh god.
Katy. No, I mean like so I'd heard about Katy before I even like met her. And then with Jordan, I think I probably have known Jordan longer, I think.
Yeah, because it
don't
was.
know.
I remember the day. It was back in 2012, and then our friend Robert, who Katy met at Anime Expo, who helped us with our
Yes.
podcast right now. So thank you, Robert, if you're listening to this. Full circle,
you.
baby, full circle. We got into a Skype call because Rob just like invited me to these Skype calls with random people. And, he made me meet a lot of people that were really cool. And then Monty was in one of them. And
I
then
was
we
there.
were talking, and then I tickled her brain and made her laugh, and she was like, I like that guy. And then she was like, friend requested me, and then I was like, hey, and then we became friends.
I love the fact Jordan was like, she friend requested me.
Me?
I probably did. I don't know. I can't remember.
You
but I
did.
do remember like being in
I
a
made
call
you
with
laugh.
you guys every now and
Because
again.
I'm too cool to friend request.
No, I made her laugh. I just know that I made her laugh, and then she was like, oh, yeah, he's cool. And she just sent me one after the call was over. I was like, oh, cool.
Aw.
Yeah, you
It's
are
always
cool.
interesting,
I am
the
only
stories
friends
of
with
how
cool
people meet.
people.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry.
Oh, hubby.
I
you're
don't
so
waste
awesome.
my time with toxic people, yeah.
Oh, yes.
This is fair. I've also been trying. 2019, the year of cutting off the loose ends. Just surround yourself with all that positivity.
Yes.
It's hard, but you gotta do it.
Yeah, it is hard,
yeah.
man. You got to get those edges. You got to get that berserk sword out and just cut those edges
Yeah,
off.
you just got to make that perfectly smooth circle so that you can like bake bread on it.
Mm-hmm.
Bake bread that you can share with your loved
What
ones.
about cinnamon rolls? Cinnamon rolls are better than bread.
I mean, all bread is delicious, and cinnamon rolls falls into the category of delicious bread.
No, cinnamon roll is a donut. What are you talking about?
Oh God, that's still in the category of delicious bread.
No, it's not.
Your bread, got him.
What? Yeah, I make that bread. Oh, yeah, I make that
Do you remember
dough.
when,
though.
I don't know if it still happens, probably does, but like when people used to say go to bread instead of bed.
Oh my God.
Well, didn't that happen in Rugrats? They would say it all the time in Rugrats, like, she woke up on the wrong side of the bread
Oh,
today.
yeah,
I have not heard that.
I
or
love
if I have,
Rugrats.
it's been years.
Rugrats is so
been a
good.
minute. I remember when Rugrats All Grown Up happened. At first, I was like, whoa, this is crazy awesome. And then I think I just randomly fell out of it. But I think I remember being excited about it.
Oh, it was lame.
really wanna shout it out. All grown up. I want the world to know. All grown up.
Grown up. Yeah. Oh my god.
With you.
All grown
Yeah, that
up
show wasn't as
with
good.
you.
This is what is good.
Yep.
The movie for All Growed Up.
And then
All
Tara
Grown Up
Strong
was
got to
good.
actually talk.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
How come Dill can't talk when all the other newborns in the movie could talk? Like when they were coming out, they were like, "This world is such a gas," but Dill's only like, "Boopy."
Because he's
Like-
stupid.
Because he a dumb.
I'm only kidding. He's not stupid. He's just a baby.
No, but the other
he just
babies
lives
talk
in his
because you remember the Rugrats movie?
Yeah,
when,
no,
the
I
baby
know
kid-
what you're on about. They all have like adult voices as well.
Like, because they were like going to the newborn section and the newborns start singing and then they pee and make a rainbow. And it's just like,
Oh god.
eh.
God, I'm getting so many memories and flashbacks from that show. Like the orange VHS tape, like playing it on repeat.
Oh, you had those growing up?
Oh yeah. We
I
definitely
keep
had
forgetting.
those.
You're like,
Sweet.
Jordan, you make us
VHS
sound
action
old.
tapes.
Did you have that growing up,
Jesus.
young lady?
You had them down
Betty
there.
Badney, there was 150 Pokeballs, and you were happy to catch one.
Down there in the south, you got that Whataburger, you got that them orange.
man.
Okay.
I
Tell
was,
you what.
in one of your last episodes, you talked about Danny Phantom, and Jordan is in the
Oh,
same
yeah?
mindset as me. As I didn't watch that because it wasn't my generation. So like, I was like,
That's
dang, I feel
fair.
old. For,
Well,
like,
we were
Jordan
like
was talking.
we were
It
like
was so
tweens when that
good.
came out, though, Monty, because we were like both like 13 or 14 when that came
I
out.
didn't feel it was that popular.
Yeah, same here.
I mean,
I didn't feel it was
I
that
don't
popular
know
either.
how popular it was, but in my world, I enjoyed some Danny Phantom. And not all shows that you love have to be the most popular, I guess.
No, that's very true. It's
Yeah,
just
like
I don't know
Naruto.
when like people started talking about Danny Phantom like back in the day. I was like, God, I never watched it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
just like it
yeah.
was all right, but it wasn't anything like, oh my god, this is mind blowing. This isn't some Avatar: The Last Airbender
Yeah.
show or something like that. And that came out at the same time, around the same time.
Yeah. But speaking of cartoons, I don't know segues. I'm really good at them. You can clearly tell. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about what you do, Eileen?
What do I do? Who knows?
Yeah. Before we
I
jump
am
into
a
it.
freelance entertainer, online and offline. So that means I do singing, I do voice acting, I do acting. I studied acting and singing from the age of 6. I got a degree in musical theatre. So yeah, I'm a freelance entertainer. And the way I got into voice acting was after all like my singing and acting stuff. It was just for fun, and then it became serious. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, and didn't you place in the competition thing recently?
Yeah, yeah, I got.
Yes.
Yes.
That's my hubby.
I won Now Versus 3.
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun. It was. Well, the thing with that is, it was lovely because a lot of people were very supportive, even through the
Yeah.
competition. And it reminded me the reason I did it in the first place, even in the first season, was because it reminded me so much about the old days when like me and a load of other voice actors that are like very professional now, we used to like challenge each other each week with a theme, and
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. We even did it in like a podcast style where we would like
Aw.
listen to each other's entries, and there'd be 3 judges, and it was so like nostalgic to do it. So that was a lot of fun for me. It's just a shame there was only like 4 rounds because it's just so fun.
Yeah. But I was definitely rooting for you the whole time there, and Jordan was
know.
like, "Oh, I'm so proud."
Yeah, I was, like, so
ouch,
proud.
My heart. It was so sweet. Oh, it's just so nice, and it's so nice when like genuine people like you guys are like so supportive, and it's like, oh, it's so nice. And I mean,
I
like,
was bragging too. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
yes. Yeah, we're friends. I saw her. Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
the that we
God.
grew up. Yeah, I've known her since 2012. Yeah, y'all.
Don't forget about the little people, like Jordan just walking around like with the shirt with your face on.
Yeah. I think I have one too.
that's my waifu. What? What?
What? I told you that.
No, what?
Like, it was
Oh
one of
my
that. It was
God.
like that fan art thing of like various,
art thing.
like because it was one of those.
Wait,
I don't know.
I'm
it was like-
learning new information.
it was
What is
one of those
happening?
I'm
fan art
learning new
thing.
information. What?
It was one of those fan art things of like various people, and it was like Race and Saber and you
Oh.
and me. Like, so I just said like
On
I
a
could
T-shirt?
probably- Yeah.
Oh, did you make it or did someone
That's
give
No,
it
I
to you?
didn't make it. I don't know how to make shirts. I would be selling stuff for my
don't
YouTube
know.
channel if I knew how to make
Side
shorts.
Although I keep telling Jordan he needs to have merch because I want to buy it and support him.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make clothes.
Well, you just
fair.
gotta join a company, really. That's what I'm gonna hopefully
Yeah.
do soon. It's one of those things.
Whoa! Oh, that'd be so cool.
Well, it's
I
also
just wanna
something
buy
I've
all
been
of the merch
waiting.
to support people.
I've been waiting for the right people to do it with,
Yeah.
because as YouTubers, there's a lot of people that jump to just being selling merch just to make money.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
I'm sure
That's
Jordan's
true.
in the same has the same idea as me. Is like, I want to sell something that I would buy.
Yeah, same here. I want to make some
Yeah.
like tank tops or something like that.
Yes,
Well,
I
like,
want you to
Tough
have
Like the
workout
Toon
tank
stuff. Oh, speaking of which, fun fact: Monty is the
Oh?
reason Tough Like the Toons is named Tough Like the Toons. So there he is.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Well,
Yes.
I think it was a bit of Gabe as well. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was Gabe as well because it was like I came to freaking Monty and Gabe because I think because me and her and Gabe would always talk. If you don't know Gabe, he's Black Griffin, the guy who does all the voices on YouTube, million subscribers now.
nice.
Good for him. He is like incredibly talented. Monty's incredibly talented too. And so like we were all talking in a call about like what I could do with something because I didn't know what to do with my channel. I was just like I just do random stuff. And then like you could do workouts based on cartoon characters. And I was like, oh, what I could do?
Yeah.
And then like Gabe was like, it's got to be something tough. You got something like that. And Monty was like, tough like the Danes, tough like the Danes. But then like Gabe was like, you got to have a Z at the end of it too because it's like that makes it intense. I was like, oh,
That's
stop.
so cute.
Oh yeah, I
so-
totally agree with the Z thing. I usually do that if
Oh,
I
yeah.
liked like to make something cooler. Cool beans. Like even when I write cool beans, I put a Z
Okay.
at the end. Yeah.
Cool beans.
So Jordan, when am I gonna get my Tiny Toons Tough Like the Toons?
Oh,
Tiny
well,
Toons.
okay. I could like make the little Tasmanian devil one.
Yes.
And I could like make it like you spin around a lot and then you just try not to throw up or something.
Can it just be based on Buster and Babs when they go to prom?
Buster?
That's all I
Well,
want.
just the dance. Oh, I could just do a dance, Tough Like the Tunes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right,
This
well,
is
I
my
need my
dream.
hubby to come over here for that. We'll like go to a ball.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. we're
There's
gonna
not
go
enough
get some-
occasions to like glam up and
Yeah,
properly
it's
glam.
true.
Mhm.
Does BronyCon have a ball or like
Yeah,
an
it does.
equestria?
And you didn't want to go with me,
Yeah.
did you, boss?
I think well in 2013 and 15, I think nobody wanted to go, and I think that's why I didn't bother with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I am that person at con that's like I want to go to the gala ball thingy because there's not enough
Yeah.
occasions for like to dress in suits and dresses and just glam up. It's
Yeah.
just nice.
Well, Race and Saber did it.
Yeah, but like Saber like did it as a joke.
Well, Saber had a dress on when he did it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he did.
There's so much new information I'm obtaining.
Oh,
Although
God, it's
thinking
on
about
YouTube.
it, I was probably doing the concert at the same time as well because I remember in 2015 they had me and Jesse MC later in the evening,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember ordering Domino's in America for the first time due to that. And
I remember
Jesse
you
was
like didn't like the Fanta.
Oh yeah, no, it's different. Yeah, it's different over there. The Fanta tastes a lot better over here.
They said it was like jelly or something.
Yeah, it tastes kind of. I don't know. It just tastes. It tastes like I need to go to the dentist after.
Okay.
Yeah.
And but yeah, with the Domino's over here is like, it's not
meh.
expensive, but it's really good. It's really good. Like
Yeah.
you get it as a treat. And then when I said to Jesse, oh, I really want to get Domino's over, because it's late and all that shebang, and he was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm really sure. I want to like taste the difference. And then he was like, well, okay then. I mean, it's not great. It's kind of, so.
She does Jesse's voice so dang well, though.
Yeah.
And then like when we got it, like I ate some and I was like, oh, this is not like our Domino's. And then Jesse was like, yeah, people eat it after drinking a lot and getting high. 420, blaze it. And I was like, okay.
Tide.
It was a bit like when I had Funyuns for the first time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Laughing to myself at the airport like a loony because I noticed there was some crisps called Funyuns.
Funyuns.
Yes.
I love it. God bless
delicious.
America.
But speaking of fun,
Yuns.
God, I'm so great at segues, y'all.
Wow.
This is,
Wow, gosh.
like, just round of applause for my segue there.
Oh, yes, marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. Yes.
But
you do
I
your
think
thing.
it's time we get into our first question, and we can, of course, talk about all the things in between as well. But just so we can get the ball rolling, because there's so many so many emails that are just like, dude, you should answer them. And we're like, that'd be chill. Although we are talking to Monty right now, so sorry, emailers, you're gonna have to hold back. But I guess we can give you this. I guess we can give you this one question right now.
Yeah.
So Jordan, why don't you start us off with our first question?
Oh God, well I'd like that a lot.
Well, right. Yeah.
What is y'all guys' top favorite anime opening or ending songs? And I'm guessing like you don't have to say top 5, like top 10 or top 5 or something like that.
We could just name like a few.
Yeah, just name a few of your favorites. And Monty, since you do a lot of covers, amazingly on her channel, EileMonty at YouTube, go check her out. She's amazing. Super, just saying, wink wink. But yes, what do you do? What would you say?
You know what's funny about that is that every time I upload an anime cover, people are like, "You like anime?" There's always that person that says that,
yeah.
and I'm like, yes, it was like the first thing I ever did on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you not know this? This is common knowledge.
It's like, I thought this was a pony channel. And I'm like, no, it's just the most popular. No. I mean, high respect to the people that can stick to one thing, but I can't.
Same here.
Yeah.
Oh God, I could not. That would make me so bored if I got stuck doing one thing. Like, ugh.
I like too many things as well. And I like anime a lot more than My Little Pony, in all honesty. But anyways, like, a lot of my favorite tunes come from Naruto.
Oh,
personally.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I haven't done a lot. But, like, Bluebird and...
Yeah,
the
Ikumo no
first ever
Kokari, any
opening.
one of theirs.
So good. And I love
Just
Bachkoi. Bachkoi, baby.
Bachkoi, baby! Yes!
So good. I really want to cover that one day. My hero songs are great.
Words.
I only like the first two My Hero Academia intros, though. So, like, I don't like any of the other ones.
Oh my God.
First two just get you hyped to like go be athletic. The first one, like, put a false sense of security that you'll get into a fight and win, like anyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
there's a lot of anime openings that I like, but one thing, speaking of song covers, there's someone named Sapphire on YouTube that does. Yeah, she does these amazing Persona covers, and every one of her Persona covers is like my life. I've listened to them on repeat.
Oh,
so I
she's
know
very
those aren't
talented.
anime. Yeah, she's so good. Like, I love a lot of her other stuff too, but specifically the Persona ones get me so hyped. So they made me go listen to the original Persona ones because I haven't played much Persona, but those are really good. And of course, yeah, most Naruto openings and endings, I grew up just listening to them on repeat, like when I discovered the internet.
Rise!
And then
Judo Sai!
yes.
Pi!
They're just all great, like the Naruto ones. I can't fault any of them.
Yeah. And like, it's hard to tell if it's like the nostalgia or just that it's some good bangers, but like, I think it's a mix of both, but I think it's mostly they're just bangers, man.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
We are
They're so great.
fighting dreamers.
Dreamers,
Yeah.
Like the first ever one, like the reggae one, I remember hearing at LAX, and it was so weird hearing an anime like tune at the airport. I was like, there must be a weeb here. Like, working.
There must be a weave amongst them.
It just took me a while to get it because I'm just so used to hearing pop music and stuff, you know, when you're walking around in like shops and places and things, that it took me so long to figure out it was Naruto. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Renai Circulation's a great one too.
Oh, nice.
That one's
Anything from
classic.
Asian Kung Fu Generation. I think they did one of those Naruto openings. They also did like some Bleach. They did Erased, I think, too. Oh, that had a good one. Oh man, there's so many good ones.
Well,
Yeah,
I like
we-
personally the pirate rap from One Piece because I just think that is
I
just,
do
like, an absolute
too.
banger.
Unironically,
Like-
I love it.
Yeah, same here. That is a banger. Like, I'll give 4Kids this. Like, they did the Pokemon intro. That was great. They did all those like other Naruto. Like, you know what?
So climb aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams.
Oh,
That's
we
the other
go.
one that
That's
I like.
a good one. That's really, really good. But then also,
a nice
what
one.
was it? Beyblade. I've never watched an episode of Beyblade, but
Oh,
I just
yeah.
watched the intro because I kept rewinding it.
Beyblade.
Oh my God, the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX theme song
Get on,
is
get your
top
game on.
tier, man. Come on, you gotta play your cards right.
Come on. Oh God, I miss when
liked
America
the-
used to do that with their like Japanese things, where they actually would make a thing. Because now they're trying to be all authentic, so they don't do it as much anymore. So
Did you ever watch the old
Yeah.
Sailor Moon Deke dub?
Oh yes, that one was
the
classic.
songs
Fighting
from this.
evil by moonlight.
Like all the like side songs and all that they added. There was this like a whole album of them. Like when one of them was talking about like being a star and all that, there'd be this song that goes,
I wanna be a star, star, star.
and it's like all like real 90s and like so
Yeah,
cheesy.
it's so good.
I
You know,
love it.
Dude, I started watching the new Sailor Moon dub just because I was like curious about it, because I really loved like the old Japanese and the classic 90s dub, and I was really, really salty about Luna's voice. It wasn't some old British
'cause
woman
she's
who
not
liked to say
British.
negaverse. I don't know. It's just
Oh, Sailor Moon, you must go fight Queen Beryl.
so good. I miss
Speaking
that
of like
voice.
very shoujo shows as well, like Ouran High School Host Club had a very top-notch opening and ending.
Oh,
and
yes.
the English version was pretty good, but I really liked the Japanese.
Oh yeah.
You know, with the English version, I preferred Erica Mendez's lyrics that Christina V sung years ago. Lyric wise,
Yes.
but it was still good. I love the open ending to Ouran.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like I'm never against like an English translation for it, because like there's so many songs, like especially in One Piece, where I love how they made it English or how they translated it. But like for Ouran, I definitely love both, but I always found myself listening more to the Japanese versus like One Piece. I would listen more to the English.
Right. Well, you know what else? Like,
hard with doing covers, English covers, because there are some people that expect it to be exactly the way it's translated.
Yeah,
And
I
for
asked
an
you
English
about that, Monty.
audience. An English audience, it's like it's hard to do, especially like with the syllables and the notes and all that. You can't fit all the words in sometimes.
Yeah.
And also it just doesn't make sense. So usually what I do is I get the gist of the story and I get bits I like here and there and I make it into kind of well, basically it is an English version, you know, for an English audience. So I always expect there's going to be that person that's like, I don't like this because it's not exact, but it can't be.
Yeah.
yeah, because like her Dragon Maid intro is like a bit different from the other one, right? Like I remember you saying that before, like the Dragon Maid.
Oh well,
intro you
when
did.
I remember because you checked out my cover and you were like, oh, why did you do this and this and this, and then I was explaining it to you.
And I was like,
The
oh,
way
that's-
I translated it, because there's also that thing of rhyming as well.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I usually listen out for any of the Japanese that rhymes, or even sometimes with songs, I rhyme it myself because I feel like it would sound better for an English cover, for bits of
Yeah,
it to
there was a
rhyme.
really good cover of a song called Plastic Love recently by a girl named Momoki, who is, I believe, a part of the Interluniums.
Yeah, she is. She's the one that made it.
Yeah. It was incredible. Like, I've been listening to it nonstop, and I actually got to see them perform live at Comic-Con, which was very fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
I wasn't
Yeah.
sure whether they'd like perform live because of the fact that they have like personas.
Yeah. It was interesting. I'd never seen like a performance like that. It was very chill. Like I think they're gonna upload. Like I think they got some video of them doing it, and I know at the con we got a little bit of footage of them doing it. I'm not sure when we're gonna be uploading stuff like that soon, but we probably eventually will, just for media stuff. But
This is a
yeah, it was
convention
just
you
very
work at,
chill.
right?
Oh yeah, Comic-Con, largest anime convention in Alabama. We got about 8,400 people this year.
Whoa, that's a lot of
Yeah,
people.
it was really cool. Chuck Huber was there. Sungwon was there.
Chuck,
Pro ZD for people who
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
met
Prezi.
Chuck in person.
Yeah, you
Finally.
did. Like because he was the one hosting the thing.
Yeah, he's the host and now voice this. So when I was in Texas, he came down to
Yes.
Sentai as well, which was great.
Nice.
It was lovely meeting him in person, and it was
Did they like? Did they like treat you well? Did they like get you food and
everyone
room
at
you and-
Sentai. Honestly, they were so lovely, and with entertainment in general. Well, from my experience, I don't. 80% of the time, 90% of the time, I don't leave feeling sad because there's always that bad egg that you're like, oh, well, I'm happy to leave because of them or something. But with Sentai, everyone was absolutely lovely. And when it was like, nearly over, it was just like, try not to cry. Because it was just so good. Because like I had to go in for the second day because there was a power cut. We went out for Texas barbecue, and then when we came back, what happened was there was these kids that stole a car, went into a transformer down the road,
my God.
and luckily they got out of the car in time because it exploded.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
It's fine to laugh about in that now because of the fact nobody died.
Right.
Yeah. Whoa.
I was like, wow, only in America, because I did not expect that to happen whilst I was there.
Only in Texas.
But yeah, so I went in the next day, and what was nice was because I did go in the next day, I got to like go into a few other studios with some other directors just to do some like background characters. So that was real fun.
Yeah.
Especially since
that's so exciting.
one of my friends voices for one of the main characters for the anime I did like a background voice for. So I messaged him after going, I talked to your character.
Oh, that's so great.
So that was really fun.
Well, everybody be on the lookout for that whenever insert anime title comes out.
It's
Yes.
annoying
Watch
because I
Twitter.
can't announce it yet. It's like I wanna.
Oh, for sure.
But
all
initially,
good.
because with Now Voice This, the winner does get Waller. But I think it was because of the fact that I'd already had acting experience that they were like, hey, why not audition for this? You know, you might not get something. Who knows? You know.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I got a side character. So that was nice. It was just so much fun.
Awesome.
Oh, that's so great.
That is so sick.
I'm excited. She's a fun character. She's a real cool character to like have my debut in anime in.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of fun experiences, how about we go to our next question, and maybe you will have a fun story to tell from that experience or from another experience with this one. So this is an email that we got for the weirdflexbroke podcast@gmail.com. Please send us an email if you have a question. It says, hi guys, my name is Esme, and I was wondering, what are some of your guys' funniest, awkward, or interesting or embarrassing stories?
I got a big one for that.
Yeah, I have a silly one that I have prepared as well, but you might defeat me.
Oh God.
I don't know.
Can you think of one off
'cause
the top of your head? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like ones that are actually like full on embarrassing. I guess you guys can go first, and then I'll think on
Well,
it.
it could just be funny too.
Okay.
Like you
Yeah,
remember
it
like
could be
when
a
we
funny
went to
story.
like
You don't
dinner
have to be
with that
embarrassed.
people, and I was drunk, and then you were trying to say like, Jordan, stop laughing. Like who are these people?
Oh god.
That was funny.
Oh no.
It's definitely
Okay.
definitely amusing.
That was amusing. All right.
Yeah, I will. Oh wait, no. Do you want to start, Jordan, or do you want me
Okay.
to tell mine?
Well, yeah, mine's like fun, bad. So okay, yeah, you go ahead, do yours.
Okay, mine. Oh God. This is like this hits. I think all of them. It's funny. It's definitely awkward, and it's definitely embarrassing. I was like 13 or 14 when this happened, and I think I had just gotten out of like a relationship with like my middle school boyfriend or something. I don't know, and I was at the skate station, as you do. You know, when you're a cool hip weeb.
Right.
You go to the skate station in your roller skates, and I was just there minding my own business, and I saw this guy across the room that had I think he had like an anime shirt on, and I don't know why, but I was just like, you know, I really want to talk to him because he looks cool. I don't know. And so my friends are there too, and so I think I told them like, oh man, I think he looks really cool. I want to go talk to him. And my friends are immediately like laughing and just like, oh my gosh, do you like him? This, that. And I'm like, oh well, I don't know, maybe. I just want to go talk to him because this is like a bunch of middle schoolers. Obviously,
I was about to say,
nothing
how old are
productive is
you?
going
Because
to
that
happen.
kind of thing is
Yeah.
like when you're young and you're like,
Yeah.
so do you fancy him? And it's like,
So
Yeah.
you fancy
It was very middle school. Like I was probably 12, 13, 14.
So
Like it was definitely there. And so, or however old you are in middle school, I don't even remember.
like I think middle school's like
Like-
12, 13.
Okay, so it's probably 12 or 13. Yeah, it was definitely the lower end of it, whatever it was. But yeah, so I had heard pickup lines before, and I was not really the type that like did that, but I was just like, I think I was sad because, oh, woe is me, my middle school boyfriend broke my heart. Oh no. And so, so I go over to the guy, and I'm just like, hi, polar bear. And he's like, what?
What?
and I said, sorry, I just wanted to break The ice. Hi, I'm Katy. And I know, it's like, that's like a thing you would find on the internet, but like I did it because I had heard it before, and I thought maybe it'll work. And my friends, I think what sabotaged me was telling my friends, because they're like on the other side of the skate station, like pointing and like laughing the whole time I'm doing it. So I think the guy thought that I was like making fun of him or something.
Aww.
Like, so he was just like, whatever, and he walks away, and I was like, what? Like, because in my head, in that moment, I was just like trying to be vulnerable, and he just looks at me with like this like look of like whatever, and I'm like, what? And I turned around, and my friends are just like jeering and like all over the place, and I'm like, oh my god, no, he probably thinks this, anxiety hitting, oh god. And yeah, I never talked to him again, or I didn't even try to approach him again. I was like, nope, that's it for today. We can leave now. And that was my story. It doesn't really affect me now, but when I look back, I'm like, wow, Katy. That was interesting.
I'm hugging you through the internet because I feel so bad.
No, it's okay.
It is like great when you see someone just in like shops and things like that wearing something anime related or something. You give the nod of approval as you go by.
Yeah,
exactly. It's just like yeah. Or you give the heads up, like what up, like that's like it's the nod is like the respect, and then the head up is like that. Oh God. All right, well.
So yeah, that's my story. Jordan, why don't you tell a better one or worse one?
That was a really cute story.
That was it was adorkable.
Yeah, it's adorable in the context of middle school. Adorkable. Dear God.
That's the key word. That's what you gotta keep it. All right, so this was in my senior year of high school. And I will never forget this. So like, what happened was I was really good in home ec, where you like cook food and do stuff like that. I was like really good at cooking and really good. And I was just like always like doing the stuff, like following the recipes, and like I would always get A+ on all my stuff. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And like we have a group of people in our team. It was like 2 people. All right, me and the 2 people who sit at our table, and everyone had like their different kitchens they would go to, and there was like 3 people, and we all go through it. And so like one day our recipe was to make these I think it was like I forget. I don't think it was like super hot wings or something like that. But like we were cutting up the stuff. So like, you know, we're washing the chicken, we're like making the sauces, we're cutting up peppers, we're doing like cutting onions, all this other stuff. And so like I'm just going through all this stuff, like saying, all right, can you do this? Can you do this? And so I go through, I'm like making sure everything is on point, following the recipe, and I'm cutting the peppers and stuff like that, and everything's going well. And then like we're using like really like those super hot peppers too. It's like, oh yeah, this is like really spicy. This is gonna give this a kick, and it was awesome. And then the chicken was looking really good, the like sauce was looking really amazing and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, everything is just looking beautiful. So I finished chopping up some stuff, finished going there, and so I'm like, all right, cool, all right, this is cool, guys. I think we're finishing up. We just need to put it in the oven. So I just asked the teacher, can I go to the restroom? So I go to the restroom, go there, do my business, come back, and then this is where I made the fatal mistake, because I had been chopping peppers for a long time. I didn't wash my hands. So all this really hot pepper juice was on my hands, and so when I went to grab hey nanner, I like was I didn't realize what happened, but like I remember something in the classroom, I started getting really hot. I was like, something doesn't feel right. And what happened was 2 days beforehand, we had watched this entire video of like, this is how you avoid this, don't do it. And I think I just sort of like didn't pay attention to it. So I was like, oh shit, it's really hot in here. Oh, okay, I need to go. So like I went, asked the teacher if I could use the restroom again, because the teacher loved me. She let me go do the thing. And then I was just like, oh fuck. And so I was just like in the bathroom trying to like water myself off. It wasn't helping. And so I come back in, and then I was just like, dude, what's wrong? She's like, dude, my shit is on fire right now. And they're like, Joey, what? Didn't you watch the video? I'm like, shut up. And so like I go to the restroom one more time, and then they tell everyone in the classroom, so that everyone in the class starts like just chuckling. They don't say it, they're just chuckling. So I go to the teacher, I'm like, I think I might have forgotten to wash my hands. She just starts, she just laughs. And so she like gets me like a cup. She fills it with ice and then water. She's like, maybe this can help. And so like I go to the bathroom for like 5 minutes, and I like try to dunk my stuff in there, and it's just not working. It's not working. It's making it worse. And so like I go back to the classroom, and everyone's just like biting their lip, like, and I just like, guys, shut up. And so like I'm sweating from the face now, like really badly, because I'm just like, oh god, and my head's on the table, like, and then the guy's like, Jordan, at least you know, like, you don't have to worry about STD or anything. Like, shut up, and they're like making fun. And so like I go, like, the class bell rings, and so like I go to psychology class, like that was the final class of the day, and so I'm just like, thank God we had a substitute teacher and all we did was watch a movie, because like for 45 minutes that class I was just like head down, sweating really badly. Fuck. And then like eventually and I took a nap, and then like everyone, now that's become like a story for that class. Like, we had a kid once who forgot to wash his hands, and he completely burned his thing. His name was Jordan and I was just like, fuck you. So when I go back to like the high school, the teacher would mention that, like, oh yeah, I'm a warning story now, and I was just, everyone was just like biting their lip trying not to laugh.
Oh god.
Well, that's the thing about graduating, is you don't have to go back.
I don't have to, but I have to go to my 10-year reunion coming up, so that was gonna be like,
Oh wow.
oh god. But that was not fun. That was not fun. That was the most embarrassing thing ever.
Well, at least you're remembered.
Yep, I'm
That's
remembered.
The positive.
Yes. Do I get to be popular alumni for that, or my YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's what you get your pin for, or whatever you get as an alumni.
Well, to your reunion, you just bring some like hot sauce along with you.
Oh god.
I got the sauce.
No, someone might do that and be like, "Hey, hot pants, remember this? Hey, I have a YouTube channel now. I have 300,000 subscribers. What are you doing? Yeah, shut up." So, like, I mean, like, trying to.
I'm a lawyer. Oh, well, I guess that's okay.
Wear those
do you have-
flamey pants. Like, to your reunion.
Oh my gosh, yes. Just wear like all Guy Fieri like flames.
Oh, those Guy Fieri flames.
Oh my god.
That would be great.
But yeah, do you have a funny story?
I feel
Did
like
you think of one?
my whole life is like Bridget Jones in here and there. Like, I would do like, I have so many done goofs. Like, recently when I was at the airport in London to go to Texas, like, I forgot at airports you have blunt knives. And so the way it's like, do you want me to cut your steak for you? And I'm like, why does he want to cut my steak? How stupid is that? Like, how weird. Like, why does he want to cut my steak for me? And then like I get the cutlery and I'm like, oh yeah. Wow. So I look like I'm really into my steak. I'm like, I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna eat this. But yeah, I mean, like, a lot of my stories are either like from just going to conventions. Like, I remember in Finland, like, I had this backpack on that would like pull up my skirt, and so like, oh no. Yes, I remember getting to the hotel and I was with my friend Carl, and I was like, Carl, why didn't you tell me my like friggin' skirt was all the way up? Oh my
Carl.
God. So I walked around Finland with my knickers hanging out. It was great. Nobody told me. But I think it's because I was wearing like black tights. So people thought I was wearing leggings probably. But because they were dark. But like, even on like stage and stuff like that, I've fallen over, like in what's the one with the cream, and it's Bugsy Malone. Like, I remember walking on for, like, the bow at high school, and I slipped over. Everybody was like, oh! And then, like, I get up, and I'm like, I'm fine!
As long as you play it off, like, some people will fall, and they'll just lay there. Like, they'll just be like, I am defeated. And it's just like, get up. Like, that is, such... I have never had, like, such a secondhand cringe when, like, I see someone fall on stage, because I'm just like, please get up. Please get up. Get up as soon as... Please just stand... Because I feel so bad for them.
That's
but,
what
like,
you gotta do. You just gotta get up.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've probably fallen quite a few times on stage, just in general. But yeah, that's what you gotta do.
Or, like, if I'm ever watching someone perform, and, like, if they forget a line or something like that, it's just like, you just want to be so encouraging. So it's like, it's okay, we're here for you, we're supporting you, it's okay.
That's when you gotta go to improv lessons.
Yeah.
that comes in handy.
Well,
like,
I forgot it.
But yeah, like, a lot of my funny stories are from the stage. Like, I was Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz when I was 18. It was funny because I was one of the oldest, and all the Munchkins were taller than me. And
that reminds me of
the
a
dog,
story.
like, oh my god. I've been Annie and Dorothy, and every time I've been like, I mean, I love dogs, but on stage they're very hard to work with. In Annie, you've got to call the dog and be like, Sandy, come here, Sandy. And then like Sandy would just walk past me, and I'm like, oh, that's great, you know, okay. And then with The Wizard of Oz, like, in rehearsal, the dog was fine. The dog was great. I was like, oh, I hope doesn't do anything during the actual performances because that would suck. And so there'd be bits where I have to put the dog down to do a little dance and or sing or something, and I'd be like, oh no, here we go. I put it down, and then I'd be talking to like a munchkin or something, I don't know. And then I'd look round and I can hear the audience going, and the dog's about to jump into the orchestra pit, and I'm like, oh my god! I'm like,
Toto, that's not the way to Kansas. It's not the way to Kansas, Toto.
no. And then another time I'd have to put it down again. It walked back into the house, and I'm like, okay. And then a munchkin just came back on and gave it to me, and it was, oh god.
Oh
Yes.
god.
Amazing.
So yeah, I feel like my life is like a Bridget Jones diary, except not 18 plus. Because I'm family friendly.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow, that's amazing. That's a dog just running
that
off
was
stage attacking
beautiful.
people.
Yeah, it's about to
Just
jump
like
into
his
the
cute little
tuba.
papa.
You know?
Yeah.
If I hadn't looked round, I probably would have been like, I would have probably thought the dog just walked off stage.
Well, did you like when you saw the dog walking? Did you try to like dance over to it? Like, oh, well, I gotta dance over. Get the
If
dog.
I saw it walking behind me, then I would be like, okay, it's just gonna walk off, and then one of the munchkins would just bring it back on, because I can't just stop this like rude like dance with the scarecrow, because I don't know, it look a bit odd. It's one of those things you go. This is why improv comes in handy, because then you know.
Yeah.
What's best to do? It's like, do I go for the dog or do I just keep dancing? The best thing is to keep dancing. Although with pantomime, what's great about pantomime in the UK is that you could just like say anything. I mean, there's lots of times with pantomime where the audience wouldn't know it, but you'd say the wrong line or you add something. I've done like 5 years of pantomime in the past each winter, and I've been that person that would do something to try and make the other character corpse. Because I would always be the main female comedy lead, which is the dame, and the dame is usually played by a guy dressed up as a woman. But with this company, they didn't mind girls because they didn't have enough guys. So technically, I was a girl dressed as a man, dressed as a woman. But so I would just like do silly things like I'd buy a Batman mask after the ghost scene to put on, and then the other character wouldn't expect it, so they'd have to like bounce off the fact I just got this random Batman mask on or something. Or I'd add some like silly lines, or I'd come on singing like Gangnam Style or something.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't do it at first. I wouldn't do it at first because that'd be mean of me. But as shows go on, it's really fun when it's the type of play or show that you can like add lines to, where you can not totally make the other person corpse, because then the audience wouldn't like that, but it's fun.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Oh, that's amazing. But speaking of awesome, dang it, I wish I was better.
Speaking
at
of
segues.
amazing,
Jordan. Speaking of amazing, Jordan, maybe you can get our next segue. But
well, we're talking about some amazing duos, because we've got an amazing trio right here.
Taking it away.
There we go.
Yes.
All right. Vegeta or Goku, Naruto or Sasuke, Bakugo or Deku. Which of these do you think is the best rivalry? So
yes, and thank you, anonymous person, for submitting this.
Yes, thank you, anonymous person.
Well, I think
y'all know.
Deku and Bakugo is the least for me.
Really?
Yeah.
The least for you?
Yeah, because like Bakugo is like, the rivalry is him just being angry and jealous for kind of no reason.
Yeah.
That's why I don't see it as like a
there's
rivalry.
not much nuance there. Yeah.
Right.
With
Like, I can
Vegeta
totally agree
and
with
Goku, I like their rivalry because I can see it more. With Naruto and Sasuke, I like their rivalry the most because there's like so much that goes into it as well, with the fact they have this bond and and all this other stuff. I just
like Sasuke even acknowledges how important Naruto is to him through like, I didn't kill you because I knew that's what I needed to do to get my Sharingan to go to the next level, because you're the most important person in my life. Like, a lot of the nuances that they do there throughout the series, and even though I'm not like a huge Sasuke fan, in fact probably on the opposite spectrum, I will say the relationship between them specifically definitely had a lot of good points where I was like, oh.
And then a lot of points of it's just like, Sasuke, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
there was
this is
a
so
lot of
petty.
that.
This is so petty. Like, remember that final fight scene? Like, I'm gonna be the Hokage and take over. It's like, where is this coming from? We beat the bad guy. Why are you doing this?
Like the early episode, the beginning Naruto, not Shippuden, but
oh yeah, beginning Naruto makes sense. Where it was just like,
yeah,
oh,
their rivalry there was very good.
Because it was like, oh yeah, he's a pretty boy and all this stuff. He thinks he can get away with anything. I'm the loudmouth, and then they had their little back and forth. That was amusing. But to me, I just like the fact that
They
Vegeta and
also
Goku-
were each other's first kiss.
Oh yeah, twice. Because they fell down a waterfall and they like made out with each other. Yeah, I remember that. Well, I will give them this. They had an amazing. I don't know if either of you saw it, but like that Boruto fight they had where they like did it. That was amazing how they animated. That was better than the movie version of that fight. Like that was incredible.
I've only watched like a ton of clips from Boruto, like here and there. I need to properly watch it. But I think it's because of the fact I'm working on a Naruto parody musical is that I keep getting like links on Facebook now to do with Naruto and even like on YouTube. So I get these clips from Boruto that I'm like, oh, that looks good. I'll watch that.
Yeah, like when Sakura's fighting. That was awesome.
I like Choji's little girl.
Choji. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, what's weird to me is like I never got that Choji and that one girl were like into each other that way. Like,
Yeah, that was like part of my research. I was like, how did they even meet?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna get with Ino, to be honest, because like Ino like him.
No, I liked Ino and Shikamaru.
No. Yeah, Ino and Shikamaru, or if it was like Ino and Sai felt like it could have happened, but
That was really random.
Yeah, that was random to me. Ino and Sai, just like, you're just Sasuke 2.0, but I guess Ino likes Sasuke, but here you go.
But then when
if they would have made
Sai
Sai gay, that would have also been amazing.
I watched
Or
more clips
asexual.
with Ino, and then I was like, now I see why she likes Sai, and Sai likes her back.
Yeah.
I guess. But anyways, Goku and Vegeta are the top tier because you wouldn't have these other rivalries without them. They're buff. That's my argument.
They are buff.
They're super jacked, and then it's just like
She's going for the shots.
What did you say, hubby? What did you? I just heard.
You didn't even hear me.
No, I didn't. What did you say?
Gosh.
I said they're repetitive.
Yeah, they're buff. That's all you need to be repetitive.
Yes,
buff.
I agree.
How
they're
dare
buff.
you? How dare you? And then they're so like, Vegeta.
How dare.
Well, actually, I want to say Z, not Super, because in Super they're like sort of buddy. It's like, I'll keep up with you, Kakarot. Oh, well, yeah, you could try, Vegeta, whatever your name is, like stuff like that. But then like in Z, it was like, I need to beat him because I'm the top Saiyan. I'm the top Saiyan. This low class thinks he's better than me. What the heck is this? And then he's just like, he saved my life like I'm a freaking child. I was the god of my people, not this freaking lazy guy. And then like Vegeta is like has this inferiority complex he's coming to terms with, and then like when he fights Boo, he's able to go, okay, you are better than me, Kakarot. But then Super had to rewrite that because no, he has to be better. It's just it was weird.
Vegeta
but I did like
and
their things.
Goku are a better version of Deku and Bakugo, though.
Yeah.
Because at least there's a reason why Vegeta like is angry at Goku and stuff.
But like Vegeta was like, because I'm the thing of our race. I care about our race. You act like you're so indifferent to our race. I should be the one who has the Super Saiyan power for our race that I loved. Well like not really. It was just like Goku just like sort of attained it, and he was like sort of like, I'm not like a Saiyan. I don't want to be like a Saiyan and all this stuff. And Vegeta just like took that like as a spit in the face to him because it was like, you don't even have the thing, and they had all this back and forth. So that's why I like it, because it was sort of like, all right, this person doesn't like the fact that, I'm a Saiyan that was born on Earth, but he doesn't act like a Saiyan and stuff like that, and then he eventually grew to understand.
Well,
so
yeah,
I like
you can
that
see
whole
why
aspect.
there's rivalry, unlike the Deku and Bakugo. Bakugo is just an angry
Deku
boy.
and Bakugo is definitely angry boy, and like I'm not the biggest fan of his character, but I will say that because again, like they are so young, and if Bakugo is being portrayed as like this young ass kid with hella anger issues, like I would like to see them continue on to the redemption of like him becoming more of that nuance and more of that like understanding person, because you're starting to see it slowly slip through versus like Vegeta murdered so many people.
But in Dragon Ball, murder doesn't matter because you can just
it's different stakes for sure, but like I think if people can be willing to accept like redemptions of that level, then I think for My Hero Academia there can be some redemption for Bakugo and their friendship, and I've seen little slivers where I'm like, oh, okay, but still I am overall in the camp of like, Bakugo, stop sucking so many, god dang it, stop sucking so much.
But then with Bakugo, there are people in the world that just hate someone for no apparent reason. Even on YouTube, I'm sure Jordan and you guys have
I get a lot of those.
Someone just doesn't like you just cuz.
No, yes. I was telling Katy about this before. Like, there's like on YouTube when you become an entertainer, there's like 6 levels of people who will like follow you. Like at the very top, you have people who are cheerleaders who like they love you no matter what you do, and they sort of can be negative because like then these people who are so obsessed with you, like that whole Logan Paul bullshit where he like filmed the body in the woods and stuff like that, and people were like, well, that body should feel honored to be in his video. And it's just like, no, God, no. All right, whatever. Like there are people who really love you, but then on 5, like a level below that, there are people who generally they like you as a person. They like your content. They like everything you do. They just respect you. But if you did something crazy, they would, call you on it. Then below that, there's like a level of people who they only like you for one thing you do. So it's like, for me, they'd be like, I only like you for like Tough Like the Tunes or where they work out. I don't care about any of your other stuff. And they they just like this one aspect about you as a person. Then below that are people who will flip-flop on you. They'll like love you all the time, but then you'd say one wrong thing or something they don't agree with, they'll flip. And they'll be like, I hate this person, blah, blah, blah. But then sometimes they'll come back and they'll flip again. And then they'll flip again. They do these flip-flop things, so it's just important to take note. And then there are people below that who are fake, who just like pretend to be like good and like, oh, I like you so much and stuff like that. But then underneath all, they just don't like you. They just want you to fail.
They're ready to see you fail.
Yeah, they're ready to see you fail. And then right below that are people who just don't like you. The only reason I'm following you is because I want to see you fail. I don't like you. I should have what you have, and you should fail. And it's just a thing. You just notice these 6 levels and take, like, that's what I've been doing this entire time. But yeah, like, there are people who just don't like you for no reason and will actively follow you just to say, oh yeah, I don't like you. And it's just, whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing I've never gotten personally, because if I don't like someone, then I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you just don't follow them. Like, that's my thing. If I don't like you, I'm not gonna follow you. I don't want to interact with you at all. But there's some people who's just like, oh, my heart is just so full of hatred and malice for this one person. It's just like, fix your personal issues, bro.
It's just especially weird when it's like literally for no reason. It's like, why?
Yeah,
I just don't get it.
You could be the sweetest peach on the tree, but not everyone likes peaches. So.
That's true. I mean, you can't please everyone. That's kind of the thing. But at the same time, it is a you problem when you don't like someone for no apparent reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Indeed.
But what was it? Recess and The Weekenders, the show I've been watching a while ago. They had like really good episodes where the person was like talking to this person, and he was like, "Why don't you like me?" And then he did all this stuff to like try to get them to like him. But it was just like, I don't know, I just don't. It's nothing against you, I just don't really care for you. And it's just like, he's like, "Do you care for me?" He's like, honestly, not really. And that's such a true story. It's like, there's some people you just like, you don't click with and don't vibe with, and you don't always have to click with them. And it's just
honestly, at Comic-Con, we had Estelle there, and she was amazing. But she had her panel, and somebody asked her a question about just about like working in entertainment and what do you do with like, the negativity or whatever. And I can't remember exactly how it was phrased, but she started going on a little bit of a tangent about just like, people in your life that you love and stuff like that. And one quote that she said that I think is relevant, and it was something that I really liked, was that if somebody's like, when she was younger, if somebody was bullying her, or if nowadays, if she's like getting picked on or people just aren't liking her, for her, that's just saying, well, I can't really be upset because they don't know me, and maybe they don't need to know me. Maybe it's just like, this is just life. They don't see who I am. They don't know who I am. And that's an issue that they're having. Yeah. And maybe they don't need to know who I am. Maybe they don't need to see that deeper part. So that's something that's going on with them. And I won't be mad. I'll just keep going because in the end, that's their ignorance. And it's okay. Like something like that. Like especially the line about like, they just don't know me and maybe they don't need to. And it was like, really powerful the way she said it.
Yeah, I remember watching a bullying video where this guy was on stage talking to a load of kids, and one of the things that stuck out to me when he said, "These people do not define your happiness." That was the thing that I'd known that, but the way he said it was like, they don't define you. These strangers don't define you. If someone doesn't like you, whatever, they don't define you. Only the people that are close to you define you. They define your happiness. Your family defines your happiness. These people, they're just nobodies. I mean, they're somebodies, but at the moment they're nobodies because they're being real low bodies.
They are somebody in somebody else's world, just like the people in your life are the somebodies in your world. Yeah. And there's like... Yeah.
And it's okay to like block people. That's the thing on the internet that I think needs to be said more. It's okay to block someone. It's okay to mute someone.
Dude, I agree with you so much, Monty, because there's this thing, like, most of the time, the people who get blocked are more offended than the people they were doing the blocking. Like, they are the ones who have, the issue, like, I can't believe they blocked me. Or it's become this stupid thing now with kids where, like, they'll take, like, a screenshot, like, oh, made them block me. I'm the winner here. And it's just like, really, dude, you're acting like an ignorant little child and you made someone block you. Like, wow, that's like such a brilliant thing to do. Because, like, usually my whole thing is this: if I say something someone doesn't agree with, that's one thing I'll always say. It's really important to learn, like, okay, we'll agree to disagree. And if someone chooses not to take that, then it's just like, okay, well, I can't do this, and now you're starting to irritate me. So if you keep irritating me, then I'm just gonna, get rid of you this way. And some people are like, weak, and it's like, no, it's not really weak. It's just this is my life.
Person.
Yeah, you're trying to bring me down to your level. I don't want to play. Like, I'm just, like, flicking you off like a freaking tick or something on my body. Like, I don't want that in my life. And I don't want you sucking, like, the freaking positivity or something like that out of my life. Now, if you said something, like, really, fucked up, like, oh, like, I don't know, some horrible racist or sexist or something like that, and then someone calls you on it, and then you block them, that's one thing. That's, like, you covering up for yourself. But if you just said something, and then some people are trying to attack you for, like, whatever reason, because, like, they think it's funny, or they think it's, like, amusing, or they want to do that, then get rid of them. Like, there's no point in, like, sticking with them. Like, there are 7 billion plus people on this planet. This one person doesn't matter.
Get rid of that toxic people. It's just, I just don't get it when people get annoyed by that. It's like, but no, it's good for you to get rid of those toxic people. Get them out.
It can be harder when it's like people that you actually have to physically see versus like people that live on the other side of the world, or people that, like, you won't have to physically run into. Because, like, I've not had a lot of situations where it's like, oh, I need to get rid of this person forever. Because, like, I'm very fortunate that I haven't been in those situations a lot. But I have recently had, like, maybe less than a handful of people that I'm like, I don't fuck with you. I don't think we do this. You are not welcome here. Like, I have, like, a small handful of those, but sometimes it's inevitable that, like, on the con scene and stuff, I might have to see them in person. Not that, I have to be disrespectful or, etc. Like, but just, it can kind of hurt, like, seeing them. But
oh yeah, definitely.
It's like harder, but at the same time, it's getting stronger every day, just knowing, like, you don't have to let them close or into your life. It's just like, this is just a part of reality. You might have to see them, but when it comes to the online people, it is a lot.
But then when it comes to that, it's good when you have a close friend that you can vent to about this, so that if they're there with you, then they can have your back,
Yes. Yeah. Not that situations necessarily have to arise when you see them, per se. Like, you don't have to make it a thing. It's just, like, the feelings can definitely be there, though, and not letting those overtake you.
Yeah, those emotions can still be there. And then if you have a friend there with you, they can either, like, just put their hand on your shoulder to be like, hey, it's okay. Or just be there.
Alone.
Just be there with you,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I've definitely helped friends before, too, that, like, have had a situation where it's like, they felt alone, or like they needed to talk to somebody and they didn't feel like they knew who they could talk to, and I've gotten to be that person for someone.
It's hard at times to know who to talk to, especially with the internet nowadays.
Yeah, because sometimes you can, like, vent, and then someone will, like, take what you vented and then, like, just say, like, oh yeah, so this is what happened with so and so, and then it's just like someone will come up to you that you didn't disperse that info to, and, like, how did you, like, oh, so and so told me. It was just like, well, I'm not venting them anymore.
Like, I've gotten better this year about realizing who are the people that I can, like, talk to about certain things, who are the people that are in my life. I don't, like, hate them, but I'm not gonna, like, tell them all my secrets. Like, but I think they're, they do good work, or they're really cool, but I don't know if I could, like, trust them to, like, I don't know, to vent to, or, like, with my personal stuff. And then there's people that it's like, I don't think I want you near me. I think you can just not. Like, I've had a better done a better job at like seeing what those people are in my life.
With the internet,
like, some
it's really hard to see who an acquaintance and a friend is. And I think throughout the years, in my mind, I've thought, okay, who are my acquaintances and who are my friends? Because with the internet, you can easily make friends with someone. You can just add someone. You can follow someone.
Oh, definitely.
And sometimes that other person might think, oh, you followed me. That means we're friends. Not really. There's a bit more to friendship than that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Yeah. Like, because I've had relationships, like I've gotten into like a 2-year relationship with my ex through it was funny, through Twitter and mutual friends. And then I mean, not that Twitter is necessarily Tinder, but it can happen. You can form like deep connections. Like me and Jordan met over Twitter too. In terms of like where it started kind of.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people.
From there it just spiraled.
There's a lot of people I haven't met in person yet that I've known for a long time. I mean, when I went to Texas, I met a friend that I've known for 9 years, but I haven't met him in person, but I call him a friend. I mean, there are friendships where you class them as friendships if you meet in person, but when it's physically impossible, sometimes it's you've still got to kind of analyze the friendship. And with this person, we were like friends.
Yeah.
It was quite funny because I'd known him since he was like 14. It was that long ago. We met, you know. And now he's like getting married and all that. It's like, oh golly, I'm old.
Oh, nice.
Oh dear. But so that was really nice. Friends come and go, and you gotta know who the actual friends are in life.
Yeah. Just having those conversations with yourself and staying positive and knowing that you're loved, you're not alone, and you have value, and like making sure you see that value and that the people you surround yourself with also see that value.
Don't get angry like Bakugo for no apparent reason.
Yeah. Don't Bakugo.
And
be a Vegeta. He's a good dad.
But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another segue. God.
Wowee.
Hooray.
Segue. You could have never mind. I'll think of a better one. I'm practicing mine.
If you come up with one, like just steal it away.
Okay, I got it.
But for this next one, we're gonna have our favorite Pokemon starters.
Whoa.
Well, if they're not 150, I don't give a shit. They're all ugly if they're not 150.
Then who is your favorite starter?
What?
Which one of the original one? Charmander?
Pikachu.
Yeah, Charmander is my favorite. Pikachu's? Oh yeah, Pokemon Yellow. So yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. And I am a little bit past the 150.
She's a youngin'.
Totodile was Totodile was definitely my favorite because Totodile was my first.
He sounded like Donald Duck.
Yes. Yeah, for alligator specifically, it was like my BB. Like my first Pokemon that I got my Pokemon game was Crystal version, and I chose Totodile, and it evolved into my Feraligatr, and I named him Crocky, and he was my Crocky, and I loved him. He was a gator. He was such a cute little gator.
So you know what? I'll say this. This is a little secret that not many people know. I only say this to mess with Palo a lot. Like, there's this notion that I don't like any of the new generation Pokemon. And while it is mostly true, I do like the one with Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile. And I also like the new Gobble looking thing or whatever it's called.
Gobble? Your favorite's Gobble.
Yeah, that thing.
I haven't seen Gobble.
Yeah.
It's actually named Sobble.
No, it's
like
this.
So many Pokemon. Like you could I'm gullible as well. You could be like,
you could say Gobble.
Well, you know what?
Ice cream Pokemon, which there is, but like I
there's
would
a
be
freaking key Pokemon. Like a pair of keys.
Gobblemon.
It's a Pokemon. Like, it's so weird. Like, I wonder they're like, dude, we gotta kill it with 100 Pokemon. I gotta think of an idea. Come on, think of an idea. And he's going to his car, takes out his keys, put
Honestly,
him in. That's it.
There's gotta be there must be an actual Pokemon named Gobble. Like, there's no way, like, with how many there are that there is.
How many are there now? Like,
too many.
I don't know.
9,000 or something?
Probably. I don't know.
Over 9,000. Over 8,000 Pokemon. God dang.
Probably.
I know Paleo's still upset because there's no dolphin one. There's no dolphin Pokemon.
Is there
yet.
not?
No, there's not.
I could have sworn there was.
There's seal ones, but there's no dolphin ones.
Well, heck.
He'll be there
There's
with
dolphin
his
Digimon, though, and Digimon are far superior to Pokemon, people, so let's just...
Wow. I was going to make a joke being like, my favorite Pokemon is Terriermon.
Oh! Moment time!
Moment time.
Moment time.
Moment time.
Henry, Momentai.
Momentai. You Momentai.
Papa Bruff.
I did not grow up watching Digimon, so all of this is way over my
Wow.
Oh, no.
You're a boozer.
head. I was one of those kids that was like, I'm so much better than everybody else because I watch Pokemon, because Pokemon's better than Digimon.
See, okay,
and
well, I was...
and I look back and I'm just like, you fool!
Yes,
In
you
your
are
hubris!
Oh god, because I remember I felt the same way when I was a kid. I was like so into Pokemon, like obsessively into Pokemon before Dragon Ball Z took my virginity.
Yeah.
But then like freaking what was it? I saw an ad for Digimon on like my like magazine or something, and I was like, what is this ripoff? I was like, I ain't watching this shit. And then like I caught like a couple episodes, and like I saw them turn to Greymon, but then I saw that they were able to revert back, and I was like, oh snap, they can revert back. Oh snap, they can talk.
It's
Oh
different.
snap! This is cool. It was like so much better. It was really is so
And
much
then I
better.
liked Gilmon as well. He sounded like Stitch.
Gilmon.
Gilmon.
Come on, Gilmon. I love it.
Oh, Gilmon's
Oh god,
so
are we gonna talk about
cute.
Big Mouth?
That was Steve Blum.
Yes, it is. And most of the Digimon episodes I watched in Ireland when I'd visit my grandparents, like in the summers. For some
Oh,
reason,
yeah?
like that's where I watched Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember it
Get
took
your
me.
game on in the schoolyard.
It took me a while to get into Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I remember, like, I thought it was so they're gonna save the world with fucking cards. Are you kidding me? Like, what the fuck? I was like, I kept saying that to
It's
people,
so
but then I
great.
watched.
Did
But then I
Pokemon
watched it. I was
cards
like,
get
this is great.
banned at your school?
Yes! Oh my god, Monty,
Oh
they
my
did!
gosh.
Like, it was like a drug deal. Like, if you were, like, had Pokemon cards, like, a teacher would come up to you and was like, do you have Pokemon cards? He was like, I don't know.
Dude,
what
down
you
here
want,
in
what
the
you got?
South,
Ew,
like if you watched Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, that was like the devil show or something.
Well, because they have all
Like,
those
there's,
demon
like,
monsters.
Yeah.
Are you
And so-
watching that Pokemon again, Katy?
So I had family members that thought like straight up that it was like satanic.
Oh.
Like, my mom was luckily not one of those people and was very supportive of my weeabooness.
Yeah, I was about to say,
and-
your mom was like
yeah.
really chill when we met.
Oh yeah,
so I was like,
super chill. Like, but it was like some of my other family that's deeper in the south that were like not about it. They were not with it.
so when you were younger, did you have like a southern accent? Mom, I want to play some Yu-Gi-Oh, Mom.
Oh my gosh, I don't even remember how I sounded. I probably had a little southern accent, even though I suck at doing a southern accent now, which is weird because like I'm from Alabama. I should be good at them. Damn it. But
What's funny is because the southern accent has changed a lot from the stereotypical accent is, well, when, you know, Dustin and Lizzie and Tale, Mac, who was directing it and casting it, he said what was funny about that was the people that were the best at the southern accents were the British people.
yeah.
But
I've
it
heard that
is quite a
before.
similar accent if you think about it, with the slowness and like you talk more forward.
Yeah. Just like I've heard that like Southern are best at doing like the Cockney accent. Yeah.
Oi, love. Oh, blow me on. I'm from Luton. I'll kick your ass, mate. Oh, bro. About rough and
Been
tumble
doxed.
over here, mate.
I used to be pretty good at a few accents. Like I could do a really good French one when I was
Oh, yeah.
in
Tell her about your
Madeline.
French accent.
Oh god. Like my French was okay. Italian, terrible.
Oh, yeah, Italian. Yeah, that's what it was.
I cannot do an Italian accent to save my life. I was at Dragon Con.
Monty is so good.
Oh my gosh, I was at Dragon Con with Jordan and Zach, my boyfriend, and Kellen Goff. He was a guest there, and he had messaged us like, "Hey, I'm gonna be on this panel with DC Douglas. That's like 18 plus." Sex stuff, you should come. And we were like, oh hell yeah. And so we all showed up. We were on the front row and we were like supporting Kellen because he was going to be a special guest on the panel with DC Douglas. And DC Douglas was taking like volunteers from the audience to come up and read smutty fan fiction. And it was amazing. And so naturally I raised my hand, but I accidentally raised my hand on the Italian accent instead of just like the regular one. Like, because I just thought it was going to, you know, just be like, you know, just read it with, but he wanted an Italian accent very specifically. And I did not hear that. And I was like, oh God. So I tried to do a French one and he's like, no, Italian. And I am just not.
I was just like,
It is the worst thing
I was like,
ever.
just think
And
of Mario,
everyone's laughing.
Katie. I kept saying that.
I was trying so hard, and I cannot do one, but it was okay. He was very like cool about it, and like I was just trying to read it, but it was not.
Well, I felt so bad
happening.
Well,
because it was
true,
like I know how
Jordan.
talented a
Mario
voice
is great.
actress like Katy is, and so I was like, "Come on, Katy, like you can do it." And then it was just like, "Oh, if it was anything else but that, she would be killing
I know,
it."
like it made me so sad. If it would have been like. Yeah, because there was a girl that went after me that did like a Valley Girl, and I was like, oh, dang, that would have been fun.
Well, when you mentioned Mario is a great trigger line for well, that's what usually people call it, a trigger line, when it's to remind yourself how a character's accent would sound, or a character in general.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably another word for it nowadays, but that's what usually people say. And like even with like when I have to do a Russian accent, I usually go from Russia with love. You know, I have to say that.
From Russia.
Yeah, I have to go into that every now and again, or in Mother Russia, something's you know.
Yeah,
well, you can do a like amazing Scottish accent. Like I love when you do
That's
Scottish.
You just like it. Well, luckily, like part of my family's part Scottish, so that's why. But being an actor, well, Katy's also an actor, so actress.
Yeah.
I just say actor in
Yes.
general. But
Yeah.
but well, some people are like, oh, I'm an actress. But anyways,
No, yeah, you don't necessarily have to be like amazing at accents per se, like to be a performer. Like it can be a part
no,
of it.
you don't need to. But I feel it's like part of acting. I mean, that's even like slowly being lost, you know, even with voice acting. Like people are like, I want someone from the UK to do a UK accent, and I'm like, well, I don't mind
Yeah,
an American
true.
doing a UK accct if they can do it. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Don't bother me. But yeah, Jordan likes it when I do the Scottish accent.
I do.
You'll like it when I send you on an adventure, on a mission.
Oh yeah, I do.
Like I definitely want to get back into them and get better at them, because I used to be able to do a few, but I haven't tried in so long that it's like, oh, they're probably not.
That's something
I'm
you've got to
probably not as
remember.
skilled
Like
at them anymore.
you're not going to be good at it. Like first off, I mean, that's what the internet is bad for. You put out a video of you doing an accent, and there's always going to be these people that put you down, not giving you true critique, because true critique is actually private, because you're not trying to show off what you know.
Yeah.
So for people out there who do get this quotations critique, usually the truthful critique that's trying to help you is when someone private messages you, and you don't have to take it. You can just say thank you very much, but no thank you, or you can just say thank you. Yeah. I'm going to take that in for next time. But a lot of people forget. We grow. I wasn't amazing at the American accent when I first started out. I obviously had to do it like 1,000,001 times to get it.
Oh,
better.
definitely.
So
like it just takes practice. Like anything that you want to do, if you set your mind to it and you set aside the time and the effort and energy to actively try to do it, it's likely that you'll be able to make it happen. Which is why, like, if you say, oh, I wish I could draw, it's like, well, all you have to do, put in the time, effort, energy.
And take a class.
Yeah. And so that's why I try not to, like, because of course I wish, like, I had X, Y, or Z skill, but I'm not willing to put in the time for that X, Y, or Z skill. Therefore, it's understandable why I wouldn't know how to do it.
Also, don't be afraid to put it out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
Because that's what a lot of people are afraid about. If they accept a job where they have to do a different accent, and they're like afraid to put it out there, and it's like, no, you grow from it. You know, you might done a character a long time ago that doesn't sound as good, but now that you've grown, you've kind of you realize now, no, if I'm doing a Russian accent, I say V instead of T, you know, kind of thing, you know.
Yeah. It's like, just commit to it and don't be afraid of like failing, or don't be afraid of being bad to get good. Or if there's something that you excel at and there's something you're weaker at, that's okay. Because like Chuck Huber actually gave a really good piece of advice before about, oh God, my mind just blanked.
Oh, well, the thing you said last week where he was like, when you feel like you don't want to do something, you should do that first thing in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's one too. But also, I just remembered, he was like hosting a panel somewhere, and essentially, he was encouraging people, like, you know, taking the risk. Like, it'll tell you a lot about yourself if you're just willing to put yourself in an uncomfortable or unknown situation. That shows you that you're willing to grow. And like, he was hosting a panel for Now Voice This, I think, and he was going to let some people from the audience audition, I think, and or maybe there were some of the finalists that were at the panel or something. I'm not sure, like, the specifics there. But essentially what he did was he was like, okay, so who wants to come up here? And, like, 2 of the, like, 5 or whatever people went up, and the other 3 were like, oh, I don't know if I want to, like, do it in front of all these people. And Chuck Hebert was like, well, there's your answer. Like, and so it was like, yeah, you know, it can be scary, and it can feel, like, nerve-wracking to do something that you might not be the best at, or like if you have something that you're good at and the fear of somebody telling you it's not as good as you think it is, etc. But that's not how you grow. That's not how you get to that next level, and if you don't put yourself out there. And so when I did, for example, that panel with like DC Douglas, even though I could not do the Italian accent, the fact that like I felt like afterwards I was a little braver, because that was a very real fear of like, oh God, they're going to tell me I suck and this and that. And like, no, I mean, there's going to be another audition, and I keep working. I keep doing it, even though that time was not the best showcase of what I am. You're going to have those times, but you just have to consistently be ready for when the opportunity comes.
Yeah,
Right.
and just do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nike style.
And so you just gotta believe.
Gotta
yeah,
believe
you just
it.
gotta believe.
And put in the work.
Believe in the
Get
heart of the
work
cards.
done. The heart of the
Yes.
cards will get you there. Always
Yeah.
starting.
As I said, it's just a thing that the internet forgets in general, that people grow. They're not going to be good at something for, like, off the bat.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like, you know, like that's the thing. Like Jake said, like from Adventure Time, is like the first step to being good at something is to, like, suck at something. The first step, to being sort of good at something is like just being bad at it first, or something like that. I completely wrecked it.
Yeah.
Like, Jake, go look it up. Sucking at something is the first step to being sort of good at something. There you go.
I think the better thing is that you, example, I mean, the Black Butler dub, like, I don't know, 50% of them, their English accents aren't top notch. But I wouldn't change any of the cast because their acting is great. I could never replace them because they've put their heart into these characters. And at the end of the day, it's a cartoon. Like, and at the end of the day, there's all sorts of accents in the world. For all I know, CL Phantom Hive might have, like, been in America for a year. You know, and he caught on a few of the like, words. I don't know. You know, it's whatever the voice actor interprets at the end of the day, and what the director, like, tells him to do.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I remember in one of the episodes I listened to, you were saying it's not always the voice actor's, you know, fault. It could be the director. There's been, like, quite a few times where I've done a character and it doesn't sound great, and that's because of the director, but the audience don't know that. I'm there taking the direction, being in my mind like, I don't know about this, you know, but I gotta do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you have to give what the director wants. Yeah, I remember what you're talking about.
Right.
Because sometimes it can just be, maybe the script is a little interesting, but if it's what you have to work with, you have to work with it. And hopefully the director can guide you through it. And hopefully you believe in your performance enough, and they believe in the context that they're giving you and in the performance that they're specifically wanting from you. And all the pieces, when they come together, hopefully it'll make a good product. But if it doesn't, it's not necessarily one person's fault, or like everyone's fault, or like, oh, they're just a bad performer. Like, just trying to mush it down to that can be a little closed-minded when there's so many things that go into it.
Well, even with voice matching work, like, I've had directors that haven't done research on the character I'm voicing, and they're like, do it this way, and then I'm like, I don't know if the character would say it this way, personally.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when it's out, people are, like, commenting, oh, that doesn't sound like so-so, and it's like, well, I know, but it's not my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Like the old, like, what was his name? Like the old, like, Peter Pan movie where he, like, was the voice change over the years and stuff like that. But it's like, you know, but it's all you can do is, like, try to match as great as possible, and some voices you just can't match with. And speaking of Peter Pan, the next question. There you go. Thank you, Jordan. You're welcome, Jack.
Way to segue.
Yes, that's how you do it, Missy. Do you watch Promise Neverland? If you don't, watch it. So this is between you two.
Oh, yeah. I've been reading the manga before it was animated, and I've been
Katy
waiting
for the win.
for this. I've been so ready for it to be animated. So, yes, I occasionally watch Promise Neverland. You know, I'm a casual fan.
Okay.
Well, I
With your
first
points.
heard about it due to Katy, like, putting out a Facebook post. And
Oh, yeah?
I thought it was about Peter Pan. which was hardly the case. I guess you can see relations to Peter Pan, but it's not. No. It's just the name that's kind of Peter Panish, and it's to do with kids. So I guess that's similar.
Yeah.
And Peter Pan has red hair, and the main girl has red hair, who I thought was a boy because of the whole Peter Pan Neverland thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were that too.
But I haven't read the manga, but now I want to because I've caught up with the anime.
Yeah.
Just so I know what happens next. But yeah, there's like a ton of great characters in it, and there's like a lot of the kids you fall in love with, even if they're just these like cameo, like little one-liner characters.
Yeah.
Like there's this little guy I love called Phil. I'm like, oh Phil, you're so cute.
Oh yeah, Phil is definitely the babu of the whole series.
And he has a little cat mouth. Little cat
Yes.
mouth. It's so cute. I don't know how to explain it. It's cat mouth.
Yeah, so for anybody out there that hasn't watched and or read it, we can't really tell you the plot without spoiling everything.
Just give them
Because
like
the plot isn't revealed. The plot isn't revealed until like the end of the first episode, like what it's really about, because it kind of sets up this guise of what it's about. But one thing I will say is it has a lot of drama, suspense, and stakes. It kind of reminds me of like an optimistic Death Note, like because the kids get real. They have to be really tricky and smart, and they have to plot
That's true, yeah.
around things, and it's very interesting to see what they do in the setting that they have and the power dynamics, how quickly they shift, the lies, and the 5D chess that's being played, like using people as like pawns for like whatever. Like it's very intricate, like especially in the manga, and like the world building that happens especially later in the manga is very interesting.
Usually I can kind of predict what will happen, but with this I was like, oh, I didn't expect that kind of thing with a lot of it.
Yeah, and that's kind of some of the love of it, especially. And with reading the manga, there were lots of moments where I was like, oh my god, I didn't see this coming. And yeah, and I appreciate that if it can get 2 steps ahead of me, because sometimes I'm okay at predicting. Like I'm not the best, obviously. Like I can't predict an entire whatever, but like when I would watch Game of Thrones, I could predict kind of what was going to happen like an episode later, and sometimes it would happen, and I was like, yes.
I still haven't
guess
properly
everybody
watched
can sort of
that.
do that.
Yeah, same.
Oh yeah,
I need to.
it's really good.
With I do like MC hosting at Wells Comic Con, so I'm a guest, but I'm also staff. It's in between.
Yeah.
But they invite a lot of Game of Thrones people, and I know in future, once I get round to like actually watching it, I'll be kicking myself in like the leg because of the fact that these people were at the convention. I'll be like, I like this person now. Years ago, Jason Momoa was there. Before he got announced as Aquaman, and he had a very long line.
Such a small world. It's so interesting to see like entertainers, how they start versus like for example, like the girl that's Kimmy Schmidt, who was on The Office, and how she started with like college humor, I think.
Oh, she did?
She did?
Wow.
Huh.
Oh yeah, or well, I don't know if that was her start, but she definitely did some college humor videos that are like, oh,
I can definitely see her on that.
Yeah.
So it's
it
not
was,
like totally
interesting
surprising
when I discovered that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Like,
never
I'll have
watched her
to-
in The Office
yeah.
though. I've seen her on Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh yeah, she plays the quirky redhead receptionist after Pam
after like Pam does the thing. Okay.
Yeah, after Pam doesn't want to be the receptionist, and then she has like this love triangle with Andy and like the skitty guy. Like,
I
Jesus.
remember that. Yeah.
It's hilarious, and she's such a great character.
She's funny.
Yeah.
You're
But
funny.
yeah, Promised Neverland. It's really good, and I highly recommend. And you should watch at least the first 2 episodes, or just read the manga, man. Just take the leap. Just go for it.
Keep watching because it gets better. You gotta wait for the sister character because she's amazing and I love her.
Oh yeah, she is. Ooh, that is. And like the world building and like just yes, 10 out of 10.
10 out of
But
10.
speaking
I
of
would watch again.
10s, I don't know.
Oh.
Oh.
Can't think of it.
No, you could. You know what you could have done for this next part? You could have been like, you could have been like,
segue. Start over.
Okay, you know, it's just like, I mean, the show just teaches you a lot. Like sometimes things go your way, and sometimes things don't go your way. And speaking of things not going your way, like you could have did that there. I just gave that to you.
Oh man.
Well done, Jordan.
Yes. Well,
Thank
for
you,
this
hubby.
question, we actually had like a little mini rant when we were talking about the Pokemon starters. I feel like this has kind of been answered, but I guess we could just give a little simple and clean version.
Yeah.
For
When
this
you walk
question,
away.
it's how do you make the most of / learn from your failures in life and not get caught up in them?
You always gotta
we've
keep
all
it
Just
experienced.
fall down on stage
moving.
and get back up again.
Yeah.
Get back up.
Fall
Keep
down
going.
8. Fall down 7 times. Stand up 8. That's the best way
Yeah.
to do it because like
It's something I've said in like a past episode too. Like, just accept that in life there will be some negative, not good stuff, but it is also inevitable that there will be other good stuff. So keep focusing on the good stuff so that when the negative stuff comes, you can be like, all right, there it is. I see you. I acknowledge you. We're going to get through that so we can get back to the goods.
I classed it as a chapter in my life book that I'm on to the
Yeah.
next chapter. You know.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I do. Like I just take it, I learn from it, and then like I try to like use it as fuel if it was like something like, oh, I don't want to feel that way for this again or something like that, or let something silly like that happen to me again. So like what I do is I just like if it's something really really negative, I'll just be like, okay, well I'm gonna use this as fuel to like never like go back to. So I'll just be like, well, I'm gonna just keep working and bettering myself, because like a lot of things for me of like if something was a failure or something bad for me, it's just like I focus on self-improvement. So either that be like working out, whether it be my channel or just like, you know, doing stuff with my finances, stuff like that. Like I focus on all these things, or like building better connections with my friends or like family and stuff like that. So like I use all of those as like stacking blocks, and then I'm just like, okay, that's what I'm going to focus on building. So anything else is just like, all right, that's just whatever. If it's positive, I'll analyze it, and then I'll be like, okay, yeah, cool, like I'll let this in. But if it's like something I think is positive but could turn out negative, then I'm just like, okay, you keep your distance. I'll just
like
keep
one
it on.
thing that I've kind of learned too is that there can be the fear that like if I give it my all and it still doesn't work, that's failure. And in some ways that can be true, like, but it's really about the perspective there, because if you distance yourself from opportunities to grow, and if you don't allow yourself to give your everything when you're doing something, then you won't really know what the best case scenario could be. But it's that fear of failure that kind of holds you back, like that fear of giving it your everything and it's still not being enough. But the great thing about giving everything your all is that it really shows you what your limits are, but it also shows you how you can improve. Because if you really give yourself to something and you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna do my best in this situation, at the end of it you can say I did everything that I could, so you can be proud of that, instead of just saying
It's worse having
like,
regrets.
Yeah, it's worse having regrets. It's worse to not give yourself to something, and then if it fails, you can just easily have something to blame it on. When that doesn't teach you anything, that doesn't help you grow, that doesn't help you become better at whatever it is you're trying to be better at. So that fear of failure when you're actually trying, that fear of giving yourself to something for it to not work out, is something to keep in mind. Like, am I not giving it my all right now because I'm afraid of being hurt? Or am I not giving it my all right now because I don't know how? Like having those conversations and seeing what you can do to get to that next level. And it's okay. You're going to have moments where you try really hard and it doesn't work out. You're going to have people, for example, that you'll do everything you can to be the best person you can be. And they probably are just going to be like, peace. I'm not here for that. And that's okay, because you know you're doing everything that you can do. And that's all that you can do. That's all you can ask, and anyone can ask of you.
Yeah.
And if you apply that to other people in your life or other situations, it makes giving your all easier, because it really shows you like how far you can go.
Yeah, I have like utmost respect for like someone who the person who comes in dead last in a competition they entered because they tried. Like they actually tried.
Yeah.
Like it's better than people who like said, "Oh yeah, well I'm not even gonna bother doing that because whatever. What's the point of doing it?" But like someone who went in and then they came in dead last is like they still tried. Like even if they
did
was
it.
their best, yeah, they did it. So like that's nothing but respect from me. Like they just like you went through that, and like that's a lot of things people like fail to get in their heads. Like the people will call them loser, and stuff like that. Like dude, they at least did it. Like that's the thing. Like that is the thing. They went out there, they made effort, and then you know what, maybe next time they'll improve further and they'll keep improving and stuff like that. So that was just like a piece of life experience for them to be putting their tool belt to better themselves, so they're able to like keep growing as a person and keep growing like as to be a better all around.
Well, as they say in the UK, first the worst, second the best, then the one in the golden dress.
Yeah.
Did you not hear that at school?
Yeah, I remember it was first the worst, second the best, third the nerd,
One
fourth or something.
Well, it was either
mine was
first the
different.
one in the golden dress
Ours
or
was-
hairy chest.
Yeah, hairy
Yeah.
chest is the one that I heard.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
Also, I want to
Third
add,
the
like,
nerd
we're
with the
only
golden
human. Everybody's going to, like, have done goofs from
Yeah.
time to time. And also,
Yeah.
it comes back to that thing earlier we were talking about, having someone to vent to. Not vent, like, all the time, because that could be, like, a struggle on your friend. But, like, having someone you're able to trust
Like,
and just say,
understand when you need to see a
hey,
professional.
I feel
Yeah.
sad because of this. Just having them go, yeah, I understand why you feel sad. Then that makes you feel a whole lot better. Just knowing that.
Validating.
Yeah, validation.
Someone to validate and understand. Yeah.
And also, we
Yeah.
can't have rainbows without a little rain.
Exactly.
That's true. That's
You'll never
true.
have, pork chops without hot dogs.
Ah.
Steve
No
Universe
stars in the
says
sky without darkness.
Exactly.
Oh,
Light
man.
in the darkness. There's always that bright light. Yeah, like it's just a good message for people that you just like, I have to go out there and, put myself out there. And then like I agree with Monty on the thing of like, talking to people that you need to and stuff like that, because it's just like, okay, I want to talk to you about this and this, and sometimes like that's another thing I want to make clear to people. Like it's great to be that friend to like help and be there and like always be there no matter what, and then sometimes it can be like a bit overwhelming if someone like calls you like let's say 7 days out the week, and then like they talk to you 3 hours a day, but everything is just like down.
And it really depends, like understanding when you need to see a professional versus when is this something that I can just talk about with my friend. Like,
I was about to say, if you don't have a friend or a family member that you trust, go talk to like a council member or a therapist. They're there. That's why
normal.
they're there. They studied it.
Yeah, they studied it. They're able to help you. They will help you. Trust us. So good.
Oh man, this was a really wholesome episode.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Like I feel like we took away some beautiful gems today. Like I feel so much smarter emotionally
Good.
and just brainy.
You should, because you're awesome.
Yes.
You're awesome. You're all awesome. This was so nice.
Have
And
you
I
had
actually
guests
think that-
before?
No, you're
Actually,
our first
no,
guest.
you are our first guest.
Nani?
privileged.
Yes.
Yeah, because we wanted to make sure we had like from tech stuff done to like everything down, so it was like a process so that we could all go through it.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
honored.
And so
But
Yes.
yes, we're quite happy you like joined us. You added a lot of like very useful stuff too. It was fun talking to you as
some
always.
fun perspectives.
Get Monty
lots
over
of
and
fun
done with.
stories.
Invite the sabers and the sparks and later.
Whatever, no. Like, no, I was just like, well, I agree, Monty, because I was just like, oh, yeah, would Monty want to do it? Oh, yeah, I hope so. Like, Monty's, like, great to talk
Yeah,
to.
because I figured you'd be a good person to start with because we both kind of knew you. So it was like, oh, yeah, we can just
Yeah.
have, like, a chill conversation.
Yeah.
Because I kind of wanted this podcast to be, like, just a fun, chill time where we just talk about silly things or, like, wholesome things, giving advice.
I like that.
And-
You need podcasts that are like positive and fun, because I mean, I remember listening to, I'm not going to name the podcast, but it used to be fun / talking about serious things, but it became less of the fun and talking more about the serious things, and it made me feel kind of like, I know I
Yeah.
need to learn about politics, I know I need to hear this stuff,
Oh, yeah.
but
yeah.
it's putting me down in the dumps listening.
Definitely. Like, it's okay to disengage and not be, like, 100% on at all times when it comes to that stuff. It's important to really have times in your life where, or in your day or your week where you're just like, I just want to kind of focus on this right now because this is too much for me right now. And then you can go back to it.
Well, having a podcast,
Like, and
as I said, like
yeah.
this for people is absolutely brilliant. where it's like positivity and motivational.
Yeah, and also like silliness. Like one
Yes.
time we talked about how to make a PB&J, even though Jordan can't drink.
Yeah, I can't
jelly.
eat J. I'm allergic to fruits.
He can't eat the J.
I can eat H.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is,
Yeah, you
and I'm
will.
scared.
Can you have Nutella?
And on that note, I think this is a great place to end today's episode. Can you tell them where they can find you,
Yes.
Eileen?
You can find me at EileMonty, EileMonty on Twitter. On YouTube, I am EileMonty again, or you could type in EileMonty VA and I'll pop up. I have quite a few channels, but there's one main channel that I upload to all the time. And I have an Instagram, which is Insta EileMonty, because a fan took my name. Yay.
How dare!
How dare!
It's
they?
only weird because like EileMonty is not something people go for, you know, as a username.
Yeah.
It's not like
Well, do
Pinkie
you have
Pie.
anything?
Right?
Do you have anything that you would like to promote right now? Any cons you're going to? Any projects that are coming out soon? you'd like to
Con-wise,
announce, or like,
I've
or what?
got one that I can. Well, I don't know. Well, I've got one that's announcing today, but I don't know. Keep an eye out on my
okay.
Twitter.
Yeah.
I'll probably announce that one. But the one I can announce is in April, and that's in France, and it is Cartoon Fair, and it's kind of near the end of April. But if you type in Cartoon Fair France, it'll probably pop up, and I'll probably be promoting it. But Connie from Steven Universe will be there, and then some amazing
nice.
artists, and I'll be there performing. And
Awesome.
and I'm working on a Naruto musical parody, which Katy is part of as well.
Oh,
Ooh.
I didn't know if I
Excited.
could say.
Yeah,
Nice.
you're part of the cast, my dear.
Yay! Yeah, I didn't know if I could say it, but yeah, I'm very excited to work on it, and it's gonna be very fun.
Gonna be fun.
Like because I am the biggest Naruto weeb, so I am quite a
You
fan.
mean Naruto?
It's
Yeah, Naruto. My bad.
it's so nice, like looking at Naruto again. This is so nostalgic to me. But yeah, that's all I can think of. Just check me out on YouTube. I do all the impressions and voice acting and singing stuffs about anime.
Yes.
And cartoons
And
and all
Jordan,
sorts.
where can they find you, Jordan? Oh, sorry, I mean to cut you off there.
You can find me in your heart. Just close your eyes and I'll be there for you anytime. But then if you want to look for me visually in your eyes, then you can go on YouTube and type in Jaxblade. I'm the Jax to the whatever. I forgot the licious thing. But anyways, you can find me on Twitter at Jaxblade Fitness because someone stole Jaxblade as well. That I don't know
So
who they
many
are.
stealers
I
of
know,
usernames.
Some bum. You can find me as Jaxblade on Instagram. You can find me as Jordan Jaxblade Downs on Facebook pages. You can email me at jdownsfitness@gmail.com. Yeah, you can just find me on the YouTube Jaxblade. Just look everywhere. That's me. That's pretty much me, the only true one. And yeah,
Yay.
like I'm pretty
Yeah,
awesome. I got my
he's
new
great.
book
Check
coming
him
out
out.
too, so that's cool.
Yes, so many books. Like follow him on Instagram, watch his story. He's always like posting about the books and stuff.
Yes.
And yeah, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at KaniDay Official, KaniDay Official. I wanted to just have KaniDay. I didn't want the official, but somebody actually stole my name too, which was
Wow.
weird because no one's even
Crabby-ass
using it. It's
motherfucker.
just there. That's the same for Twitch as well. It's I had to do KaniDay Official because somebody stole KaniDay, and I was like, this is so specific. Why
I
would
know.
you want? Okay, it's so weird. But yeah, and I also have a YouTube channel that I put a cover up on recently, which was nice. That was fun.
It's
and I want to do a
lovely.
few more
It was
eventually. Thank you.
delightful.
And it is just KaniDay. Nobody stole that one. So
Well,
that
YouTube
was
it doesn't
good.
matter because you can always just be KaniDay. There's like you can
Oh,
be
that's
multiple
true.
KaniDay.
Well,
It's the
heck, there
check
might be
mark
another
that
one out
counts.
there.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't
but-
dare steal her name now because I know someone's gonna show up now. Like, oh,
Oh God! But yeah, you can also find my work on Kruby Productions, KRWBY Productions. We just released our season finale for
Oh.
Abridged, and we also do some Genlock content right now, and we are streaming and stuff. So that's pretty cool. And then on Dr. Crafty, we are releasing episodes of our new season left and right. Kara Cafe, Top 10 Tub, Dr. Crafty series that features me. It has Megami 33. We have Toxic Soul, and of course Dr. Crafty, and we put on a wonderful show, I like to think, and would love if you supported it. But yeah, that's all I have to advertise.
Oh,
awesome.
Yay! Well, thank you guys so much for coming out and potting with me.
Yay!
Yes, thank you
Thanks
for
having me.
us. And thanks
It's
for
an honor
having
to
Monty,
pod with
of
you.
course.
I was excited when you asked me.
Yay! Oh,
Yes.
that makes me happy because I was like, oh my gosh, it would just be such a fun conversation.
It was.
It was
Yeah,
really fun.
And it was just
Like,
Can't wait
nice
to
to get
listen
to
back
talk
to
to you
this.
for the first time, like vocally.
Yeah, like this is the first time we've vocally talked to each other. For anyone listening, we've like DM'd and stuff before. Like I think we had an idea to like dress up as maids for
We
MagFest or
did.
something. And I wanted to do that, but the year I went to MagFest, you couldn't go that year, and I was like, no,
It's too costly. One day I hope to go.
Yeah.
I thought of a good
Yeah.
cosplay for all of us though.
Oh my god.
She-Ra.
Yeah.
Oh my
She-Ra.
god.
Oh
yes,
my
yes,
God.
yes.
You would be
oh my
She-Ra,
gosh.
and Jordan would be Bois, and I would be the what's her face? I can't remember her name now.
Oh my god,
What?
that would be so amazing. I can't remember. Glimmer.
Which one?
it,
The
Glimmer.
Catra?
No,
Glimmer, not Katra.
Oh, okay.
She like teleports and stuff. Oh my gosh. Me and Jordan actually have a secret cosplay that's gonna happen at MomoCon.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Very exciting.
Oh, I'm excited.
It involves a chef hat for anybody that wants to keep trying to guess.
Yeah.
We've had some interesting guesses.
And some awesome.
Oh no, not too many spoilers.
I won't say anything. I
Maybe
won't say
like-
anything else. Okay, fine. Yeah,
I mean, you can
chef.
say one thing. 'cause
No,
I
no,
said
no.
chef
It's
hat,
okay.
but like,
I'll just say it's good.
Give a little clue after every podcast.
little.
I'll just say it's like
Hints.
easy but fun to me.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. I see what you did there. Well, on that note, goodbye everyone. Thank you for listening. We will see you next week.
Later days.
Later day.
Momentai.